Hey everyone, this is Demari. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And today I'm going to be doing the Shadow Work Tarot reading for the sign of Pisces. Please keep in mind, this is a general reading and it's also timeless. So this could be in relation to events that have already transpired, things that are currently playing out in your present circumstances, or things that may come up for you in the near future or even further beyond. However, I do believe that you will receive this message at a time when you need to hear it. Now, when it comes to the spread, I'll be pulling one card from each of the three oracle decks I have here. So we'll start with the Dark Mirror deck, we'll move over to the Angelarian, and then the Moonology. With regards to the tarot messages, I'll then pull some cards from the Wild Unknown. So, let's get into it. So Pisces, I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone who's been liking, commenting, subscribing, and even sharing my videos. It means a lot to me to have your continued support, so thank you so much for being a part of this community. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and feel free to hit the notifications bell so you're informed of when the next set of readings go live on the channel. If you would like to book a personal reading with myself, you can find all the information in the description box below, as well as the link for my Patreon if you would like to access exclusive tarot readings you will not find anywhere else, as well as spiritual guidance videos and more. So let's see what the shadow aspect is revealing for you, Pisces. So the card you have here is I Won't Cry For You. Now, this energy for me is usually pretty self-explanatory, especially when it comes to matters of the heart. It's very much tied into loss, grief, despair, slowly coming to the acceptance of a loss or betrayal, right? It's that energy. But I feel like in this case, I feel like, to be honest, Pisces, for those that I'm picking up on, it's like there's something that's been in your awareness for some time now. It's not like something that you just kind of got hit with, right? It's something that you've been aware of for some time, something that's been playing on your mind a lot. It's something that's been slowly draining your life force and your happiness. Because I think deep down you always knew that it was going to lead to this, but perhaps you were turning a blind eye because you had some hope that maybe you can turn things around, or maybe whoever you're dealing with would step up, that would accept an offer or make an offer. And this can be in relation to anything. It doesn't have to be a relationship. This can be, people you're working with, a boss. It could be a friend. It could be a neighbor. It could be, a family member. It could be just about anyone, right? But I feel like whoever this is in relation to, there's certain things you turned a blind eye to for a long time because I think you didn't want to see the reality of the situation because it was too painful. But it's got to a point now where you've had no choice, where you've had to address it for what it truly is. For some of you, I feel like the situation is pretty bad. I'm not going to lie. I do get a sense of that. But for the majority of you, it's a case of, you're just having to face the pain and accept it for what it is, that, this person is what they are, and they are doing what you think they're doing, whether that's cheating, whether it's, lying, manipulating, being, just generally narcissistic, or even somewhat abusive. I feel like you're having to just accept that this person will not change, right? So you're slowly gaining the momentum and strength to walk away from this person, whoever they are, right? And whatever it is that they're doing that's toxic. Because I feel like it is very toxic, whatever this person is doing. Even if it's not something, as dramatic as being abusive or whatever, I feel like, this person is still, kind of downplaying your feelings or downplaying your thoughts, especially when you try to express how you feel about the situation or them or what's happening. I feel like they're just kind of gaslighting you and just palming it off as like something in your head or something that you're responsible for even, or, or just not really understanding that it matters so much to you and why it's so important, and why it needs addressing and being taken care of. So yeah, I'm getting so many different scenarios here because obviously this is going to be different for each and every one of you. But for the group that I'm picking up on of Pisces, because this can be in relation to your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements, so be aware of that. Yeah, it's just that you feel like you are not being understood, you are not being, you're not being respected. There may be some gaslighting involved. They're just not appreciating where you're coming from and how you feel at all. It's just not being taken into consideration. So now you're choosing to emotionally detach from that slowly but surely. All right, so let's see what the Angelarium has to reveal to help you. I knew this one was going to be a heavy one. I just instinctively knew it, intuitively, because obviously I read intuitively as well, as you probably guessed. But I felt that this reading was going to be a little bit heavier than, the Cancer reading that I just did. So I thought, okay, let me just get some dragon's blood on the go. So I'm actually lit some dragon's blood incense for you to help dispel some of this negative energy, right, and help you gain the strength to walk away from the situation. So I've set my intentions here to help you with whatever it is that you're dealing with, because I understand for those of you who this reading is for, it's very heavy what you're trying to walk away from. So I'm trying to give you all the support that I can from my side in doing that, right? That's too many cards there. Just one. Okay, I'm gonna have to take two because it keeps, like, it's obviously want me to take two, and it's like I keep trying to put them back and keep shuffling, but it keeps giving me the same two. So obviously I have to take them, so I will take them on this occasion. All right, so you have, first of all, that's the null, the emptiness, which I absolutely adore this card. It is, like, for me, out of the Angelarian deck, is one of the most sacred cards in the pack, because this is all about, coming back to zero, coming back to self, to the most primordial state of being, which is a container for all that is, by embodying the nothingness, by being completely devoid of all things, right? Because that's the energy of that. He is the cosmic container for all matter, even though it barely exists. He's like the nothingness, right? And yet he holds all of this reality, right? Everything that can be manifested and is being manifested and brought into the 3D is being contained by that. So I really associate this with, like, the, sort of Godhead figure, it's that sort of energy. So you're being asked to come back to center, to come back into your truest state of being, right? Embodying this, divine creator energy, being a container for all that is, right? So being a container for all that you truly are, rather than allowing someone to downplay and limit and reduce you to nothing more than, these feelings that you have currently, because you are far greater than what you're currently feeling. So you're being asked to kind of, keep going through this process, because you're already doing the shadow work. You're already coming to that place of acceptance, and slowly but surely you will heal and detach, right? So you're being asked to continue down that path, right? So that you can free yourself from this karmic situation and really just move into that space of the observer, of just being present rather than being so caught up in the situation. Because that's essentially what will free you from it entirely. Next card you have is Phanuel, Angel of Truth. This card has been coming up so much the last couple of weeks, and I'm not surprised, because we have a lot of revelations coming out in the collective on all levels, as well as, in our individual lives. There's a lot of truths that we're coming to understand, our own inner truths, but also truths that are being brought from others to our awareness, either through, direct communication or through action. But I feel like in this case, right, you see the truth more clearly now. You're accepting it. Like, you see how Phanuel is holding the torch, right? The flaming torch of truth. I feel like you are accepting this truth. You're embracing it. And it's not even that you're having to wait for someone to give it to you. You already knew, but now you're choosing to take hold of it, right? And seize it for what it truly is, so that you can move past it, right? So you can free yourself from the situation and live authentically, rather than being under the guise of whatever mask that this person's trying to portray, right? Because you know the reality. So you're choosing not to buy into, this narrative that they're trying to project into the world. You're choosing to see things as they are and live your life accordingly. So it's powerful, man. Especially within combination of that's like deep inner realization, right? That's like a deep knowing of self and, a more objective truth, right? As well as your own inner truth, and coming into that space of divine knowing and inner knowing. So it's very, very transformative. And it's going to bring you to a higher state of awareness. It's going to increase your vibration, right? To resonate at the same frequency as the divine. And you're just going to move past this slowly but surely. You're going to move past this. I feel like your healing process isn't actually going to take as long as you think, because of the energy that you'll be vibrating in at this point. It's coming up as well. It's coming up very soon. So that's going to be a big help for this healing for you. Okay, so first I want to just give you the signs, right? Because there may be some synchronistic events that take place for you surrounding this energy that will give you an indication that there is a larger message that's being delivered at that time by the divine to assist you through this, transformation. So the signs for that is meditation, silence. Well, it's found in meditation, silence, and sleep, right? So that makes sense. That's like you coming into that space of stilling the mind, and the body, so that the heart can just be free and lift the burden, lift the weight, right? So that makes perfect sense. So it's found in sleep, meditation, and silence, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. I remember I got this one mixed up with another card in the signs in another reading, but yeah, those signs are for. Okay. Yeah, so when it comes to Fanuel, the signs for this is wine, a torch, a bleeding eye. Okay, so wine, a torch, a bleeding eye. Just to show you a bleeding eye here, but so those signs could be significant. That can tell you, like, you are ready to stand in your truth, seize the courage that you have and just look at the situation objectively for what it is, right? And no longer buying into the illusion. So I feel like if you are listening to this right now, that time is essentially come, right? I feel like I am one of those signs for you, but you'll probably get more indications than that playing out in your reality. So the time is now. Okay, why am I going to the tarot? Let's go over to the Moonology first, because okay, it wanted me to take this card, so I'm going to take it. At first I thought, it's just sliding out of my hand, but no, this is intentional. So wow, okay. Yeah, that's why. The card you got is Conclusions Are Within Reach, Full Moon Eclipse. Yeah, significant energy, powerful energy. That is, that's like, the dawning of a divine truth. That's like, the reality of a situation coming into full effect, where there's no escaping from it, right? So conclusions are within reach. Yeah, I mean, this is going to close out for sure. Whoever you're dealing with, whatever the situation you're dealing with, that is closing out, because the truth has been, not just revealed, but it's been accepted, right? It's been fully embraced and accepted. So that acceptance of the truth in the matter, the objective truth in the situation, is bringing about an end to this, right? Whatever this is. And yeah, it can be intense, especially with that full moon eclipse energy. That can be really, really intense. Very fiery. It can also be very dramatic. It can be like, just a complete switch up of energy. So where maybe perhaps you were more passive in the connection of whatever form it was, you will be coming forward with this hard-hitting truth, this inner knowing, and just speaking clearly and very assertively, and affirming your position on it and what's taking place next. Like it's not even up for debate. You're just making it clear, like, this is happening. I know this. I know you did that. I know you're thinking like this. I know you were saying this, and this to me, and you're doing that because of this, and this. Like, you're just hitting them with the facts is what I'm getting. And they're going to be like, what? Where did this come from? Like, how do they even know all this? And, what? Like, they're just going to be completely knocked off their feet by this, revelation. And you're like, yeah, I know you thought I was dumb. Like, I couldn't see all this, but no. Like, I've been seeing very, very clearly. I've been keeping track of what it is that you're doing and how you're treating me and why you're doing it and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, you're just going to hit them with the facts and you're just going to be like, no more. So thanks for the painful memories. Here you go. You can keep them. Like the little heart, the little blood flower she's got there. Here you go. You can keep the painful memories. I don't need them anymore. Goodbye. It's pretty much like that. So I really like that, actually. Pisces, because I have to admit, I was a bit concerned, right? Because I did get a sense that this reading's tied into something pretty heavy for you, something that means a great deal to you. But the fact that you're getting this combination makes me feel really good, because it's like you are standing up for yourself now, and you're realizing your worth and what you deserve, and you deserve far better than this. So you're just not entertaining it, like, for sure. So I'm going over to the tarot now. And yeah, I love this. I'm glad you got this. This card came up for the collective daily tarot card that I pull every day on Instagram and Twitter. And yeah, this card came up. So it's awesome that you're in that energy, particularly, right? Like, specifically, you're in that energy. That's great. Okay, so first card you have, Ten of Wands in reverse. Fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Yeah, you're almost ready to close this out. Like it said, conclusions are in reach. You even got branches there. You see how similar they are. You're very close to closing this cycle out, this chapter out. Releasing the burden of all this bullshit that came from the situation, right? Because it was nonsense. It wasn't healthy for you. It's not a situation that you have any business being in. It's like, what the hell? No, I'm cutting myself out of this. This is toxic. This is ridiculous. This is horrible. Like, I'm just gone. This is not healthy for me, right? So this is saying, look, this is coming sooner than you think, right? That this is coming up very, very soon, and you're going to be ready to just release the burden of it all, because you see it clearly now. You accept it for what it is, and you're walking away. Next card, as I was saying, Father of Swords, King of Swords energy. Love that you're in this energy. This is also Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, air energy. So you could have that prominently in your chart, but regardless, I feel like you are just embodying this energy overall, because you're like, no, like, I am not prepared to completely break down my boundaries, go against my morals, go against my principles, and turn a blind eye to what this person's putting me through or what this person is doing in general, because it's wrong, and in fact, I'm going to take a stance and do something about it. I'm going to call them out on it. I'm going to show them that I know the truth, I see the reality, and it's not going to be tolerated, right? So you're very, very assertive on that. If it's something very serious, you may even report it to the authorities if it requires that, of course. And if that's the case, do it. This person has to be brought to justice for whatever it is that they've done, if it's something, that warrants that kind of response, if it's something serious, right? But I feel like, yeah, you are just stepping into that space like, no, this is it. This is the last straw. You're done, right? So amazing. You are not messing around, Pisces. I really like that. Okay, so the next card you have is the Three of Wands in reverse, more fire energy. So yeah, this is it. Like, you're just kind of in that space where you're like, this is not what I was asking for. This is not what I wanted. This is like so far removed from what I was trying to manifest. okay, maybe on some level I manifested this because there was a lesson in it that I had to learn, i.e., what are my values? Will I stay true to my values? Will I just let myself be broken down for someone that I cared about, or someone that had some kind of pull over me, or had some kind of leverage that they could use against me? No, I'm not doing that anymore. I've understood now my mistakes. I've learned my lessons. I have the knowledge that I needed from this and the wisdom. So now I'm just going to get out of there and just go after what it is that I want. Rather than waiting for good things to happen to me, I'm going to put myself in a position where I can receive good things in my life, because, yeah, I'm done, essentially. So, awesome. Next card you have is the Father of Pentacles in reverse, King of Pentacles. So, Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Interesting how we have like all the other elements except your own here, Pisces. But I feel like, yeah, emotionally, as I was saying, you're detaching from the situation because you're seeing things very, very clearly, right? And you're not willing to put a front on it anymore. Now, with this in reverse, I feel like you're understanding that perhaps the person you were dealing with was trying to project this idea of being stable, grounded, like they have it all together, that they were financially very independent, right? That they would be the perfect partner, or someone that is reliable, someone that was trustworthy, someone loyal, right? And you're seeing it for what it is, that this person was not stable, they were not grounded, they were not loyal, they were not trustworthy, or they just could not live up to the image they were projecting, right? In one way or another. And that even maybe some of their behaviors completely go against the mask that they were wearing, right? So you're coming to see that more clearly now, and you're just like, no, you're a fake. This is a facade, right? And I think sooner or later this person's going to have to confront themselves as well about that, and do some serious introspection, because there's a reason why they're projecting this false image of themselves, right? I mean, we all wear a mask on the, to greet the outside world to some extent, but I feel like this mask is completely false. Like, it's not indicative of what lurks beneath the surface, right? So they're going to have to be forced to sit with themselves and look at why they feel the need to do this, and why they sabotage aspects of their life and certain connections, and why they have such destructive tendencies or behaviors if they do have that. So they're going to have to sit with themselves sooner or later and work through that. Now, the next card you have as a potential outcome is the Six of Swords. So this is it, you walking away, or swimming away, or, sailing away from the nonsense, right? You're done. You're going to do what you need to do to close this chapter, and you're just going to set off into the distance, find your sunset, find your horizon, and be where there's positivity, where there is care, compassion, consideration, real loyalty, real honesty, right? So that's what you're doing. You're chasing your rainbow. That's what I feel like, right? You're going to move away from the situation and go after whatever the rainbow means to you. So that's awesome. I feel like this reading became very, very clear. As soon as we started getting into, more of what this is about, I feel like it became very, very clear as to what's happening here for you, if this applies to your circumstances, right? So just take it if it does. But honestly, Pisces, like, good on you for just walking away from something so toxic, because, yeah, your happiness is paramount, and as well as your peace of mind, more so, actually, because happiness can come and go. We know that, right? And it's a work in progress. But there's a difference between, knowing that you're not always going to be happy, and just being in a permanent state of feeling anxious, miserable, stressed, feeling low mood, low energy, low self-esteem, being trod on and made to feel like, your feelings don't matter. Like, that's a whole nother thing, right? So it's good that you're choosing to move away from that and put yourself first. So bravo. Okay, Pisces, I really hope this reading helped you. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you found it useful, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And don't forget the notifications bell. And yeah, we'll see, you know, if this comes up in your next reading, how it goes. But it's looking really good. It looks like you're going to do what you need to do and you're just going to pack your bags and move on. So wishing you very, very much all the best with this, Pisces. Take good care of yourself. Don't forget to, you know, reach out to the support network that you have, right? You don't have to go through this process alone, especially when it comes to your healing. So don't be afraid to reach out to those who you feel you can trust, okay? Lots of love, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.